Hello travelers, welcome back to my channel. We are doing another house tour today. I'm very excited because this house belongs to a community member that goes by the name of Itira, or in the game Rowan Willoughby. And we are known in the community for having similar design styles and aesthetics. So I'm really excited to show you this house. And I thought it would make an excellent second house tour since I've only done one on my YouTube channel so far, and that was mine. I'm going to let you enjoy the house tour without me talking over it consistently, but I'll chime in every once in a while where I feel like it's important to mention certain aspects that Itira has let me know about in their build. So for now, sit back, relax, and take some inspiration from this amazing home that Itira has built. Itira's main path to her home is one of the most whimsical things I've ever seen, and wherever there's a grass path, it will lead you somewhere that has a theme or a specific area, just a little dedicated section. Because it's still winter in the real world in the northern hemisphere where we are, and it's still winter in Palia when this was recorded, Itira's front lawn is completely covered in a snowscape, and using the crystal moonstruck lights is absolutely stunning to make the snow really glow. And if you're wondering how she did this, she had this brilliant idea to put the lights on top of the presents that you could buy during the holiday season, and those just slide right under the snow and allow the crystals to just slightly pop up through the snow wherever you place them. Her house is one that is completely filled with whimsy. It is like someone has lived here for decades. And the minute that you walk into the home, all you want to do is sit down, have a cup of coffee or tea, and listen to the many stories that the person who lives here has to tell you of their adventures. It's very similar to my home in the idea of cluttercore and wanting it to feel like someone has been here for a long time. You'll notice that a lot of the decor in the house is also utilizing the tips and tricks that I've put into YouTube videos and discovered as I've played, which I'll put in the iCards of the video if you want to check that out after this house tour. I think one of the most interesting things about Itira's plot in Palia is that Itira doesn't have any other home plots. We know that we can have multiples, and a lot of people spread their achievements and their items across all of those plots. Itira chose to keep her home not only small, but on one plot only. One of the points that Itira really wanted to get across with this room is that the entire room was specifically designed around the bug plaque that you see in the corner. That's a reward you get for catching every single bug in Palia at a gold star quality. And because the color is so out of Itira's usual design choices, this room had to be reconfigured to make that particular item look like it made sense without having to fill the room with a lot of pinks and purples. Another huge inspiration was this room was to have it themed around sewing. And I know Itira desperately wants a sewing machine for this room and is so upset that you cannot have one. And that's why the loom and the mannequin are a primary focus. I am absolutely obsessed with the way that Itira did their bathroom. I have a similar setup in my home, which if you haven't seen, my house tour is also available on my channel. But Itira has unlocked a lot of items that I don't have yet, and I am so jealous because again, she uses them in ways that I would have chosen to also use them, and every time I see them in her home, I am so jealous I don't have them yet. The backyard and outside of Itira's home is no less dedicated to detail. Everything is placed in a way that makes sense and has a function, and has this sort of storytelling flow. I personally really love the way that the picnic table is set up with different chair types because it's very reminiscent of the Animal Crossing days. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. We're about to walk into Itira's garden area, and I am by far probably the most blown away by this section of Itira's home. And I know that sounds so silly because everything else is so beautifully done, but I am so But her garden is immaculate. It's laid out specifically to give an aesthetic appeal rather than a profit or experience gain, much like the way that I've set up mine. So, again, I am absolutely obsessed with the way that Itira does things, and we always feed off of each other when it comes to design inspiration, and her garden is absolutely no different. Moving into the workshop. I personally haven't done a workshop yet because I do not like how big the harvest houses are. But again, Itira has managed to use Cluttercore to an extreme and make this feel like not just a workshop, but 4 individual rooms. This corner room is by far one of my favorite parts of Atira's design because finding a place to put your trophies that feels natural is so difficult, and a lot of the time I just don't put them out. But Itira has managed to use shelving in ways that I never would have thought to use shelving and made this look like a large desk that someone is working at, and all their inspirational items and lights surround the working area. I know one of the inspirations that Itira worked off of was having this be barrels of wine, and that's why there's so many barrels sitting up top in tiny jars. So the preserve jars are sort of supposed to be where wine is aging. Now, as immaculate and lived in as Itira's home looks, it's not even done yet, and I will tell you now that since recording this and editing the video, it has massively changed. There's also parts of the plot that I haven't shown in this video because they weren't completed yet, and Itira would prefer to wait until they are 100% done before showcasing them to the world. A special feature that I wanted to include was a photo taken by Itira herself, and I didn't actually include this area in my video because it was so off in the corner of the plot. It's an outdoor area mostly designed to be a peaceful corner. There's no machines or production, it's meant for sitting quietly outdoors in nature. Itira wanted to show this off and let you all know that she had a thought process behind everything that she did. Like, this particular spot was chosen because of the white flowers in the grass and the nearby pond. And if you turn off the music in the game and listen to the soundscape while just staring at this imagery, it is super relaxing. So I've chosen to let the end of this video conclude with this imagery and the sounds of the game. But I do want to take an opportunity to thank you for watching my videos. I hope you enjoy this tour. And as always, like and subscribe if you feel like it, and have a very magical day.